and welcome back to the Future of Figure Skating. My name's Anna Keller, and in this episode, I spoke with two ice dancers who had become strong advocates for survivors of sexual assault. Solène Mazingue is a two-time Estonian national champion and three-time competitor at the World Championships. She made headlines for returning to competition after recovering from life-threatening brain injuries. Olivia Oliver is a Polish national champion and represented her country at the 2024 Worlds. Last fall, both women chose to go public about the sexual assault they each experienced within the sport and the difficulties they have faced in pursuing justice. Solène has since founded the Instagram account #MeTooSkating and is helping others to share their stories and find mutual support. I'm humbled by the bravery and compassion that Solène and Olivia are showing as they work to make figure skating a safer place for others. This is a difficult topic to discuss, and please take care of your own well-being, but I really encourage my audience to listen to what Solène and Olivia have to say. So Solène and Olivia, I'm so happy to have you on the podcast. It's really just an honor to get to talk to you both.
Hi, how are you?
Good. So I want to make sure that the audience gets a little introduction to you because some people may know you from your ice dance careers, but I want to get that opportunity for people to learn a little bit about you. So I'll start with you, Celine. How did you get into figure skating in the first place? And tell us a little bit about some of your, I guess, what you would think of as the highlights of your career so far.
So it's been 20 years that I'm skating. I start at 3 years old. My mom bring me to ice and she was hoping that I would hate that, but obviously I do. I did, so about my competition, I did the Courchevel Grand Prix and I went third with my partner. Then I was in European Championship and I was 20, I guess. Then the World Championship in France. I was 19. And then I had a terrible accident, so I couldn't skate for one season. But 5 months after my accident, I went to World Championship in Japan to prove everyone that everything is possible. Uh, everything is possible if you put the love, the confidence, and the action to it. And then let me think. I did one more season where I did Challenger, international competition, World in Montreal, and European Championship. And then for right now, I decided to put a break about my career because some stuff in my life decided for me.
Olivia, tell us a little bit about you and how you got into skating.
So I don't want to say it like is similar to Solène's because everyone has their own stories, but I started roughly the same age, the age of 3, and my parents, it was different because they were hoping I would love it, and I did. And so I started off as a free skater in Nova Scotia, and then um I don't know exactly what made us move to Ontario, but that's when I started my ice dancing career at 15. I had a number amount of I had four partners, I believe. It's a lot, but it's okay. Um, my first season, I already qualified for. We did a couple competitions here and there. I went to the Junior Worlds, and then my second season, I was with my new partner already, and we were together for 3 seasons, and we were on the Junior Grand Prix circuit a couple times, like for a few years. And the first year, the Junior Worlds was canceled, so we couldn't go. And so then we went the year after, and I was able to be the junior national champion with that partner twice, and then he had retired. And we were, I think, 12th at the Junior Worlds, but the number doesn't really matter. I say that just because at the World Championships we're not going to talk about my mark, but it's okay. It's more about just getting there, in my opinion. Like especially for me, it was just the goal to get to the Worlds. So um, anyway, after that, I had one incredible season when I was still in Canada. Um, I say incredible because it was the year when I had a lot of shit also, sorry, pardon my language, when I had a lot of stuff go down in my life. Um, And to be able to overcome all of that while really advancing in my skating was something that I'm really proud of myself for. Unfortunately, before the Europeans or the Worlds, my partner had resigned. So that's when I dropped everything to move to Italy to try and start not my life over again, but I took it as a sign to basically start again. Senior, new partner, um, new life. I was using it as kind of like a way to get away from everything that had happened, which was in the end not the correct thing to do at the time without having closed those doors of like I I wasn't fully healed from it, so let's say. So it was really hard, but anyway, me and the last partner that I just had, we had one great season. We were the senior national champion. We went to the Worlds. Solène was at that Worlds also, and we were ready to start the new season. But he had also decided to move on. So since then, I was able to focus a lot on myself, and I also, for now, hung up my skates, and I'm also coaching. I'm coaching my little brother here in Italy in the ice lab. And I'm also, besides for coaching him, I'm coaching with these fantastic little girls, and we will get more into that later, I guess, because we're talking about like the future of figure skating and like us being able to like coach the future of figure skating. It's yeah. Anyway, it's a topic for a little bit later, but yeah, that's my career, what I'm doing, and we will see if I ever decide to try again at one point. But yeah.
So, Celine, this fall you shared your story of the sexual assault that you went through and have started speaking out publicly about that, which I so admire. I think that what you're doing with your advocacy is incredible. What made you decide that you wanted to make that choice and go public with your story?
It was my little sister. She was at the period where everything happened. She was 4 or 5, something like that. And like when it happened, 2 days after, I called my my dad, and I told him what uh, what is happening with my life and what happened in this competition. So I couldn't say to my mom. It was way too hard, just to like put in place. My dad is not my dad, but it's like I don't have dad. So I just told him, and I was like, I just couldn't say to my mom. So like I was crying, 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 and like in so dark place. And he gave the phone to my little sister, and she said, "Solène, why you cry? Why you sad? Do you have pain somewhere? Did you fall again?" And I was, "No, no, no, no. It's fine. I'm just a little bit sad because I'm far from you and I want to see you, but it's fine." And at this moment, I realized that for the future of figure skating, for the next generation, for my little sister, she don't skate, but she might. I don't want that this happen to her because she is my little baby, and I will don't forget. How to say in English? Forget myself. Apologize. How you say when you apologize yourself? How you say? Don't remember. Well, if this happened to her, I will feel so bad. I
Yeah.
will think that I didn't do my job. Like I knew it that this world is like that. I knew that this happened to me. And if one day she is coming to me and saying, Solène, like I've been sexual assaulted by another skater. My God, terrible. Just to think about that, I have my tears coming because that's why I speak out, and I decide to like don't let anyone live it after that.
And what has the response been like for you since you've spoken out? I mean, you've gotten support in some places, but not of course, from everyone. How has that felt for you to be public?
Um, Actually, I was relieved at the beginning because I was like, oh my God, these things behind me in my big, big suitcase is out there, and now everyone know, and I feel just less, I feel light, and I don't regret my decision to put this assault in public. And I don't point my my the person who did it. I just want with this story, with my story, to protect the world. So, like, I had so much message in my DM, so much great comments, and I was like, my God, like, people actually, like, they're here for me, and I'm not alone. And it's so great to feel that you are loved, like you are not going through this by yourself. So I was so glad. But of course, there is always negative message on social media, and I don't judge them because, social media is for that. You give your opinion. You put your opinion, you put your story, you put what you want on social media. You publish this in public so everyone can see. But you need to accept that people can give their opinion, negative and positive. So like, and most of the people who put negative comment, most of the time they are victim too. It's
Mhm.
it's victim who keep the silence because some people told them, or like they didn't have anyone around them to help them. So most of the time these people are also the victim, and they are just putting all the anger on someone who speak out. So like, is it painful sometimes to see some bad negative comment? Yes, but I know what I lived through. I know I know that I'm worth it, and I know that what happened is true, because why I will lie? I mean, like it's not how to say, it's not easy, to go in through that. It's not easy to speak about that. So that's not in my intention to lie about something that, like, every night I have flashback, nightmare, I'm crying. For right now I'm better, but I'm crying. I have a severe depression. I'm taking every morning pills for depression because of that. So like, that's not in my intention to lie. And I'm just here to help people, because speak out, it's helping victim to come forward and to help them healing. That's the first thing to do when you want to heal. The process of healing is to speak, maybe not publicly, but just to speak with someone. It can be a psychologist, it can be favorite person, it can be your best friend, it can be a victim who also had this kind of problem in their life. It can be whatever, who you want, but just someone to listen to you. That's it. So I want to say it for the positive message. Thank you so much, because it's such a lovely, I don't know, my heart is warm right now, because oh my God, that's so much love, and I love it, and it's so positive. And for the negative message, I just want to say, guys, you are not alone. Please, if you want to come forward, if you want help, if you want anything, it's fine. You said something, maybe you will regret, maybe not, but I will be always here for you, because I'm like that. I'm the person with the big heart, and I hug everyone in the same time.
That's a really compassionate response. Yeah. Olivia, so you also last fall posted on Instagram some of the story of the assault that happened to you, and how that's impacted you. It was something that had happened a couple of years before. So sort of the same question, why did you decide this was the time that you wanted to speak publicly, and how has that experience been for you?
So, I think there was always something missing in my like healing journey when it comes to this. I remember from the year that it happened, the moment I started to really see like some sort of light was the day I went and reported it, like officially. From that moment, everything got better. And I'm in the process of this getting better for at least 2 years now, which is crazy. But I was waiting for something. I don't know what that moment was to like speak out about it. I didn't even realize that speaking publicly would help not only um, not only my healing journey, but that I had any influence on others to help them because it's something that's in me to help others. It's what my parents do for work with charity. They're just helping others. I didn't know that that was like that was in me like so much, and that this was capable of like doing that in that way. Anyway, um, I was doing more or less okay. I wasn't, as I said, like something was missing in this in within myself in the healing journey. Um, it was immediately after I think my partnership ended abruptly, and I was just so lost in many different ways. In my case, not going forward, I have no idea what I'm doing with my life. I started to coach. I started to be around all these little girls that are the future of figure skating. And so it started kind of from that moment on. And I don't know if the timing was just incredible, but Solène made her post and it kind of started from there, actually. So thank you so much for, I even mentioned in it that Solène was kind of like my inspiration to post. I saw how many people were thankful for her, and that she made an impact on so many lives. It definitely, from one victim, Solène to another, it definitely made me want to um, start to make the skating world, a safer place. And by doing that at the same time, it healed something in me. Like I've never been this happy. I've gotten nothing but a lot of support and nothing but a lot of people thanking me as well, and seeing others find like a safe space with me to be able to like I don't want to I will obviously not name any names, but just the amount of people that wanted to come forward to me and just explain that, Olivia, you're not alone. And I was like, oh my goodness, just this is incredible to see just how like the reality of just the abuse in sport is. Anyway, to be able to kind of open the doors to people for them to come to me, and I don't know, um, what was I saying? Sorry. I say I'll repeat myself. Like just the safe space. So many people decided to come forward, essentially. And I don't know. Luckily, most of my, at least I didn't go so far into finding the negatives because I was a little bit afraid, to be honest. Um, I had some, like a couple here and there, like negative responses. It's normal, as someone said. Like you put your opinion or you put yourself out on social media, people are going to put their opinion. So I was prepared. I wasn't like searching for negativity because I sometimes I have a hard time taking it, but luckily it was mainly positive responses. People um, being able to express it. Um, fine, like they were saying, finally, I don't feel alone. Like that's just everything I want to hear. Is fine as people are feeling better because of something that I was able to do. I'm not saying that like I sacrificed myself. Like it's not what I'm saying. I just like I'm happy I was able, it was hard for me to do it. Honestly, I was really afraid to be so vulnerable. But in the end, I'm so happy that a lot of people were able to benefit from it. And as little addition, so was I. So yeah.
First, I want to say something. First, I want to tell you bravo, and I want to applaud you for your courage to come forward. Um, I'm so grateful that I speak out and I could help you with that. It's a difficult thing to do, to speak out and publicly also. And I just want to applaud you because it's a big first step for your process healing. And I'm just so glad that you did it, and thank you very much for everyone, for all the victims, and for the future of figure skating. And really, you have my respect, and I believe you. Most of the people maybe won't, but I do believe you.
Thank you so much.
Both in the midst of doing processes with legal system and safe sport and all of those pieces, and that may limit like how much you can talk about the specifics of your cases. So you don't need to go into that, but in broad terms, I'm curious what your experience has been dealing with these sort of formal systems that are supposed to be in place to respond to incidents like you experienced and to try to prevent abuse from happening in the sport.
Okay, so for my side, right now it's in process. I've been, I reported the sexual assault in France. So France did all what they need to do, and now, like, okay, I can't say that. Let me think. So I reported in France, and it's a criminal investigation. So I can't say anything about that because otherwise it will turn against me. And just for my healing process, I want justice. So this is in process. And also for the safe sports stuff, it's in process also. But the only thing that I can say it's when I've been sexual assault, maybe 4 days after, I spoke to one of my coach, and one of my coach told me, okay, I'm gonna report it to Safe Sport because it's my job, it's in my rules to do it. So obviously, whatever. And when I reported in social media, when I spoke out, I was like, that's weird. Safe Sport didn't contact me. It's been 9 months and I still didn't have any news. So I decided to report it myself to Safe Sport. And at one point, I sent them an email when they answered me, and I was like, okay, one of my coach reported it. Did you receive the report? Or like, I didn't have any news from it. It's been 9 months. And they told me, it's the first report that we have from your case. That's so sad because, my coach was my idol, was everything for me. I was like, oh my God, I'm in the best club in the world. And they promote all this big family. Everyone is nice. Everyone is here for everyone. But that's not true. That's not true. And today they didn't help the victim. Didn't They was not here for me when I asked help when I was in dark place. And I almost suicide myself for that. I told them I was in really dark place. I needed help. Every time in the practice, I was crying because it was impossible for me. Even when my partner touched my hand to go to skating, it was for me, oh my God, a big Mount Everest, like a big, big one. So that's only what I can say. For me, the both case is in process. So just for the confidentiality and for the process, I can't say anything. But yeah, they pretend to be someone, to be something, a big family, happy, and all these things. But that's not the case. And today, I'm not scared to say it, to speak out about that, because it's for the future of figure skating. It's for the little girls who are coming in competition, because it's for my little sister. She's 7 years old now, but it's for her that I'm doing it. And that's so sad. And even the federation, I spoke to them and I had nothing. And I have all the proof of that. And that's why there is a process about that, and it's long and it's gonna be long. But I'm not gonna give up on my on this. I'm not gonna give up because I don't want, like, is for the future of figure skating. It's not like I want to point someone or some people, whatever. It's just for the figure skating future. That's it. Nothing else. For my little sister.
Yeah. When you say the federation, do you mean the Estonian Federation that you're representing?
Yeah, the Estonian Federation. I've talked to them, first to the judge, but the judge, like, I mean, she went forward, like she went to the secretary and the president,
Mm-hmm.
but like nothing. Like, they didn't say, oh, there's this number you can call if you need help, or there's this person who can just hear you and guide you on something or in the healing process, or they didn't like say, okay, you can report it to safe sport, or you can, I don't know, we have this process, these rules that we need to do something with you. I didn't ask for money. I didn't ask for something big. I just asked for help, for someone to listen, like who can listen to me and guide me and help me in my healing process. That's it. Because I guess me, Olivia, like we had the same process. Like no one believed us. We was just, if you report it, you don't have career, the end of the career. And you know what? You're a girl, so your partner will find a girls in 2 seconds. So whatever you report it, okay, fine. You will just be replaced.
Yeah. No, it really shows so blatantly how all of these institutions and people in the sport actually think about skaters and girls in particular. It's pretty brutal. So, Olivia, like same question without going, into the specifics of your case, how has your process been trying to navigate all of this? Because I think it's taken quite a while for you to get um, any sort of response.
Yeah, I'll start by saying, Solène, you said that you don't want to give up. Don't. I was also so close to just, um, like, I had a lot of moments where I was like, is this worth it? Is this whole process worth waiting for? It was, I said it was over 2 years or something. I did everything that I could. And at the beginning, before I moved away, I had a lot of help. Luckily, my coaches at the time, when I was in Barrie, Ontario, I like they were my everything. That is, if I were to ever go back to competition, to compete, to train, I told them when I saw them a few months ago, I'm coming back to you because it's a very small club and it's just by small I mean like they we had two teams at the time. I was very close to them and they have my, luckily, I feel so grateful. I have a lot of respect for them and they are more than coaches to me. They are like my family. Um, and that's what I call like a true family. I wouldn't have been able to start any process if it weren't for them. My coach, and um, his wife, who has sadly passed away, she was the one that took me that day that I got home to start the whole process to go do a kit. Um, and it started from that day. I wouldn't have gone myself, but I was like I've never missed a day of skating in my life, and for them to hear that I couldn't come in just because of how hurt I was, like physically, they were like, something is wrong. We're coming to get you. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning or something. And um I don't know why I went there, but anyway, it started from basically that day, that whole process. And as I said, the first time that I went to go report it, it was just in my city. Not that it had anything to do with Ontario itself, because anyway, the event happened in Montreal, um, with fellow ice dancer skater. Um, um, I went anyway to the police there, and that was in October. And from then, it's just been a long haul process. I didn't actually go to Safe Sport until last year, which, let's just say it ended very quickly without any outcome. Any good outcome on my end, it was, I think, a mistake that I went and did it myself because I was just so desperate for something to happen just because I wasn't hearing anything back from the criminal investigation back when I first did it. Um, I learned from that. I let it go, and I had hope from when I went to Safe Sport, and then I lost it again when it was over because it was already a closed case. I asked, just stop the process. This is pointless. Um, and I'm glad I did because now my other investigation, I even received um, I received news not even a couple weeks ago that it's like going in the right direction. So I'm
Yay.
I'm so like, I don't know. Is it like bad that I was celebrating? Because I don't know. It was a huge milestone. It was huge news. So yeah, I don't know. I'm keeping fingers crossed. I hope that only good things will come out of it. From what I'm hearing, everything will work out the way that I would have liked it to. And so I can't really. I want to go a lot into
That's
detail, but I can't. But um, things are
Don't.
going up.
be really
You
little
will.
bit
You will.
but yeah.
You will tell us after the process, okay? You
Yes.
I know, I
can do
know.
it after, so you will tell us everything, and
Yes.
it's
Okay.
gonna be so great. But nice.
But yes.
I'm so glad for you. I'm so
Thank you
happy.
so much. Thank you. That's why I say to not to give up because there was literally a whole year I didn't hear anything. And not that I forgot about it, but I was so into what I was doing that it generally it slipped my mind. And then one random day you get a message and it's like, oh, I have an ongoing case and it's potentially going to move forward. So don't give up hope because it's worth waiting for because yeah, you get to the position I'm in and you feel like you did everything right, and which you're doing everything right. It's just patience, and every country the way that they handle it is different. So yeah.
Yeah. I keep thinking that I mean, in your stories, I think give a great example for why I wish that there was more role for the ISU in helping skaters to navigate these processes because so often you're from one country representing another country, training in a third country, maybe the thing happened in a fourth country with somebody from the fifth country. It's like it's so complicated that I do feel like yeah, it's a bit of a tangent, but it does seem like so much of this is, having to try to navigate all of these different systems from all of these different places. So then you launched the Me Too skating movement and Instagram, and you've been sharing some of the stories that you've seen that people have been sending into you. What have you observed from these stories? Are there things that surprised you or patterns that you are starting to notice?
So I'm just gonna say it. I know you didn't ask me, but I'm not gonna tell anything because it's anonymous testimony, and I have for the victim, I won't say anything. But with the many testimony I receive, and it's awful to have so many testimony, like I launched this program, but I was hoping that there is no one, there's no one telling me something, or like no one, because it means that there is so much victim, and some answered the testimony, some came to me and spoke to me, some of them asked me to take a coffee together and just speak about that, and like when it's assault, sexual manipulation, physical uh, physical violence, or physical verbal. I don't know how to say in English. From coach, from skater, from federation, from in the world of figure skating, it's crazy. It's the same. It's the same pattern. And we with Olivia, we didn't have the same uh, sexual assault. Can I say that, Olivia?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
of
okay.
course.
So we didn't have the same sexual assault, of course, but when I listened to her, and when we spoke together in private, it was maybe months ago. Um, oh my God, that's crazy. It's the same pattern. Like it's, it's the same things. And like, you know, maybe, it's victim come forward and like they're asking help, and maybe you need to change something in your process, because if it's the same pattern, maybe there's something wrong, maybe there's something wrong. But I guess like the higher, I don't think that is ESU, maybe sport safe, maybe, I don't really know who is it, but who is doing all this prevention and all this help to the victim. I don't really know who is it, but I guess they're missing something. Maybe missing something. And like if let me read again the question. No, 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 no. Sharing a story from in this experience, and what do you think? I received some testimony, and like some of the people is minor, and they are 14, and they explain me what's wrong, and sometimes it's crazy, and I'm like, that's so disgusting, And most of the people end their career because they didn't have help, and it was too dark for them, and they couldn't train anymore because this thing was putting pressure on them. So most of the time, I would say they end their career, and sometimes they do show because they do love skating, but the only thing what they can do is show. So yeah, most of people, it's that they end their career, they say, I give up, and I can I I actually came forward to Sports Safe or like to some organization, but nothing happened. So I give up, and like today I stopped skating, and now I move on my life. But this big suitcase is still behind me, and I can't speak to anyone because it's impossible. I'm too ashamed. I'm too ashamed, and you know, uh, sometimes the aggressor, no, how you say, the person who assault the victim,
Yeah.
Assailant.
Yeah.
assailant, the assailant.
I learned that
Well,
word not long ago. I know it's a weird word.
yeah, like he don't have anything in his life. He don't have trauma. He sleep well at the night.
Yeah.
He don't have flashback. He don't have dark thoughts. Like he live his life like normally. And me, I'm like here in my chair crying, and I'm thinking about dark stuff, and like, oh my God, like it's the end of the world for me. This assault, for me, is it stopped my life. My life was stopped this day, and the assailant took something from me, and I will never get back this thing, because nothing can give me by this thing. Not the psychologist, not a therapy, not a process, nothing. It will be always here. It will just disappear, 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 but it will be always here for my whole life till I'm 100 years. Imagine, I'm 21. It's crazy. 22, actually. I'm 22. Crazy. No, that's, oh my God, I'm so sad for the little girls, because I'm so sad. Some mom came forward to me and said, my little girl was assaulted, and I knew it like 3 years ago, and 3 years after the assault, and I don't know what to do. And like, I'm like, you know, like I can help you with the process, with the safe spot and all this stuff, what you can do. But I can also give a call to your girls, speak with her 1 hour. It doesn't cost you anything. I'm doing it because I'm a victim also, and I want to help you. That's it. So yeah, the pattern is the same every time, and it's really disappointing. But it's we we talk about figure skating right now, but it's in other sport too. Like
Yeah.
And Me Too skating is not only skating, it's Me Too skating. Of course, there is the world skating, but there is like I received some testimony from other sport, and it's for the sports in general. Mental health, abuse, manipulation, violence, everything.
Yeah. And I mean, you hear these patterns and you think, so I mean, this is a problem in like society, and then and it's a problem in sports. And at the same time, there are just the sheer number of people that have had these horrible experiences within skating. And then I think even within like looking at ice dance and pairs, and that there is such a pattern. And so, thinking about, well, are there things that are specific to this culture of the sport that are making it worse, or are part of what's contributing to the fact that there isn't more action being taken? Do you see that there are parts of the culture of skating that are leading to abuse happening?
I would say that now abuse, violence, manipulation, it's normal in figure skating. It's like a sect, this toxic sect. It's that, and it's I will say it like right now. It's not normal to be abused. It's not normal to have violence or uh, to do this kind of thing. It's terrible. It destroyed life of the victim, and it's not normal. But today in the figure skating, if I would take an example. Um, if I would say, okay, I was, you know, like my partner is not nice with me, and sometimes he like do some stuff really not nice, and you speak, you came forward to the coaches, and they say, well, like it's between you, like how you say in English, how we say in English. Sorry, I'm trying to find my word. Like it's your job to make it better between you, But I'm like, if I'm coming to you, it's because I'm at this point where I can't anymore do it by myself. So like, I need help. But like, it's normal. You're not the only one. Like, you know, sometimes I had disappointment. No, not disappointment. Sorry, I had an opinion, and my partner Marco was having another opinion. So it's normal. Sometimes you fight between couples. It's normal because we have different opinion. We have two people different, so it's normal. And uh, just for make it right and make it better, I was coming forward and say, oh, I have this opinion, but he have this opinion. Can you just help us? And there was like, no, you need to like do it by yourself. Like this couple, they fight every day. And this couple sometimes he punch her. So like, do your stuff. It's We don't care. Like it was because it's normal for them. It's normal, and it's
Yeah.
not normal. You know if you see a couple fighting, it's normal. It's like, I don't know, I guess Olivia, you saw that so many times, a couple fighting, maybe not with violence, but just a couple fighting. And like, coach is just like,
They pretend that it doesn't happen. They're
yeah,
looking and they're like, yeah, again. What do you mean again? Like it's every single day. I was like, for me and my all of luckily, oh my gosh, I thank goodness I was never fighting like this. I with all my partners it was okay. But especially when I moved to Italy, it was completely normalized. Like everything like what you were saying. And someone moving from Canada to the way that European training works, you're with so many teams, and I was just like, this is normal. This is normal here. It's to me, it's incredible. Yeah. So it is normalized. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
yes,
Do you think part of this comes from the just imbalance that there are so many more girls than boys in the sport?
Yes, I got one of the most interesting comments I got on after I came forward was not came forward with this. I'm so sorry. But anyway, it's the same kind of thing. I see comments everywhere regarding either the abuse towards like women especially. I'm not saying men don't. I'm just focused more on like the female part of it. It's not only involved in that, but also like I see in general an ice dance. There's just like so many more men. Men feel like they have the higher power because there's just more of them. You have to respect them more. They are valued more because, all the girls want them, and they are just like, there's only like so many of them, and there's so many girls like, taking that they can take advantage of because they know that there are just like so many. Um, and that I saw a comment like that, and I was like, that is absolutely true. This isn't regarding like assault, but in general, this is just how the ice dance world is, and it kind of flows into the assault part just because men are more valued in the sport. Women are taken for granted. Yeah.
I have two things to say. Is like first, I was told that in your couple is your partner is more important. He is doing all the job, and if you have medal in Grand Prix and like two-time champion, national championship, and if you was 19 in the world, is because your partner is here. Without him, you would be nothing. You won't even be here in the world. And all my life, not all my life, but till the end of my career, I believe that I was sorry for my vocabulary, but a shit skater. I was not
Yes.
worth it, and I was like bad. And if my partner was not here, I won't be at this level today. And I was like, yeah, I guess I'm crazy, maybe bipolar, and um, like yes, I'm not I'm not a good skater, and I'm so glad that my partner is here because without him, I won't do the world. And like, I've believed so much years about that, and I was like, I'm the worst skater in the world. And now, when I want to skate alone on ice, when I want to do my own choreography, I'm I'm like, oh no, these people around, I don't want to do this because my partner is not here anymore. We don't skate together anymore. So like, oh no, I'm like so bad skater. If I do this, people will laugh about me. So I'm not okay. I will stay like that and watch just the people. But like right now, I'm trying to relearn to be confident on myself and all this stuff. And like, I feel like relieved to say like I've been a great skater and I am a great skater. If today I was in Team Olympic last year, is because I worked 20 years for that. And it's because I was not going to the birthday of my friend when I was 7. And it's because I missed school and I have not such a great note on my school grades, but I make it. I have my diploma, so it's fine. But like, because I give up everything for figure skating, and today I can say that I'm maybe better than my partner. I guess I'm better just because here it's working way better than maybe my partner, because here I'm more mature and I can say yes, my partner was good, but I was good also. And in couple is 50-50. Is there is one dark place, and if it's 20-50, it's gonna be hard, to go in the world. But I was as good as he is, and maybe a bit better in technique, and he was better in interpretation, but we was half and half, and we make the best of us. So no, I was not the worst skater in the world, and yes, I was super good and super great. And I guess I had, yeah, we told me that in the couple we just see Marco. I was like, really? So I believe that so much long time ago. And not long time ago, I talk about that, and someone told me, that's not true. When you were skating, I just saw you. You were so crazy with your interpretation and how you dance and your face, and like you, I wanted to dance with you because just watching you, it was so good. But I also want to say that in my testimony, there is as men as women. is it's not only women, and I know we can think about that because I won't say that most of the time women speak out, I guess, but there is also men, and um, we need to think about that because yes, a lot of women spoke out about that, but men is also having this kind of PTSD and this kind of trauma, assault, violence. So it's important to say for me that it's not only women.
Sure. Yeah. And there's other kinds of stigma also, I think, that happen for men too, that so not worse, but just different. And sometimes I think that definitely impacts people. Yeah.
I would say that the assault and all this kind of bad thing is not about gender, and it's like the person. That's it. There is so much person. It's crazy, and we can't say that. Oh yeah, it's only women because it's also men, and it's kids, and it's coach sometimes, and federation because uh, yeah, it's so sad. Sorry, but it's really sad. Like, no, no. Oh my God. Awful. Awful world. Disgusting world.
Yeah, there's so much that's there, and I think so much that comes with that, just the impact that we maybe see. You think, oh, that person is not having a hard time this season, but you don't always know what's going on behind the scenes of that too.
I was so shocked because some athlete um, who is still skating came forward to me to explain their story because they needed to talk to someone, and I was like, oh my God, you lived through that, and I was seeing you every competition, every 2 months, every month, and I didn't know about that. When you walk into competition, when you walk into, I would say figure skating world because sport I don't know, but when you walk into competition, you can say that one people on two have experienced some kind of thing like that, and it's crazy. It's so bad. And is it worth it to to um, to live through that, this experience, this violence, and to have a medal? Is it worth it to have a medal and at the end, you're like so destroyed by this sport that you can't even, you don't know what to do in your life, you're lost. No, it's not worth it. Like, your health, mental health is more worth it than the medal. Yeah, I didn't have medal in world. I didn't went to Olympic Games. I had two medal in national and one medal in international competition and one in Grand Prix. But I can tell you that it's not worth it.
Yeah.
The medal is here and here. It's beautiful, but it doesn't like heal. It doesn't heal me. Like, it's not worth it to give up your mental health for medal.
Yeah, I see you nodding, Olivia.
I 100% agree. I think it's one of the things, like, a main reason why I just am really content with where I am now. Of course, I had these big dreams in the sport, but I can pass them on to the next generation. My brother, I coach him. I can get him to, I can basically live my dreams through him. But nothing is worth jeopardizing your mental health. Like, no medal is ever worth it. I'm so much more happier now. And I don't think people could pay me to go back into the sport. Like, really. Um, no. I think it was, I don't want to say that what happened with the assault was like part of the reason why my last partnership, or like my partnerships from that moment, didn't actually work out. I was just too, there were like periods of time where I was okay, but then there were like other periods where I would just like hit like too low of a low for me to be happy with what I'm doing. Of course, I love the skating. And so, and you said it perfectly that like you realized after you stopped like skating with somebody that you are, and like you realize that you're a great skater. It was the same with me because at the end of my partnership, I was like, I'm terrible. There's something wrong with me. I was convinced that there was something wrong with me. In fact, that there was nothing in general wrong with me. It was just I was so miserable and people could see it. And in a way, I'm thankful that my partnerships have ended because I guess there was like a sign that I needed to step away from competing because from after it happened, I'm not the same. And um, yeah, nothing is, uh, yeah, long story short, there's nothing is worth going back and sacrificing my mental health for. As much as I love it, it's I love myself more than that now. So yeah.
Don't worry, you're a beautiful person. You skate amazing. If you went to World, it means that you are one of the great skater because you don't go to World like that. It's not easy.
Exactly. It's
So
hard.
yeah, it's hard. It's crazy hard. And yeah, you're a great skater. Don't worry.
And
You're nice and
thank you
beautiful
so
and
much.
nice and oh my God, so much toxic people in this world, and you think that you are crazy and you need to go in hospital because you are crazy. And actually, no, you're just like different from all this world, and you see the reality of this world, and people is scared
Yeah.
when someone see the reality and start to speak out and start to try to make this world better. Because for them it's normal, but it's not normal. And you're like, I love to say that, but you're out of the matrix. You are one of this person who is out of the matrix, and you see the real world of figure skating, and that's wonderful. We need to be more people like that because figure skating need help if they want a future.
Yeah. Yeah. Think about just how many people have like would have been wonderful in the sport, but who left at various points because it was destroying them. And I just think it's like this, even like obviously the people and your well-being as a human is more important than whatever you would give to the sport anyway. But even from this idea that like, oh, it's all sacrifice for medals or sacrifice for this like art or sacrifice for whatever. It's like, well, but who are you like you're sacrificing the people who would have been those champions or would have been those artists or any of that too. It's um I'm curious about where you feel like you've seen so where you've had support, where you've seen any signs for hope coming out of this, because like we said, this is a very, very dark, and part of the next steps is actually grappling with how dark the reality is. But from what kinds of support that you've had, or what kinds of signs of any hope that you might have for a better direction for the sport?
Well, hard question actually. um I would say that right now Spot Safe is in process, but still it's not finished. I can't say if it's worth it or no because I don't know. But actually nothing, and that's why Me Too Scaling is here because I don't know why. I guess people who is working maybe in Spot Safe or this kind of organization who's here for helping people, maybe they are not victim and they just like don't know, they don't get what to do, how to do. So like I guess like ESU should do more. Like it should have something in their organization, like when victim they are victim, yes, there is something, there's you can report it. I reported to ESU, and yeah, and they did, yeah, Sport Safe is processing the stuff, so we are waiting for them. But like, okay, nice. But like, I need help. I need someone to talk. So like, yes, you should have someone, some specialist, uh, some people who like victim can just set the time and speak 1 hour with the person and say, like, I'm so desperate. You are my last option. So like, please help me, do something to me. Maybe show me the processing. Maybe show me how to do to report it. Maybe I don't know, but it sh- it should have something where victim can speak with someone, but real, like it can be in Zoom or in whatever you want, but like, and like for real, from SportSafe, from Federation, from coaches, ESU, from Skate Canada, because I have a license with Skate Canada, so I'm um, technically they need to help me also. I have nothing, like nothing. I didn't spoke to no one. No one came forward to me to if I need the help to speak. Like nothing. And I would say like it's good to have something where you can report it, but first they must have something where you can speak with someone first to report it, because victims want to speak, to have information before to report it. They won't report it like and have nothing behind, if it's like blue behind or like there is no one. It's a computer. You write something and that's it. You don't know where your story goes. You don't know like if it's someone behind who will read and take the time to help you. You don't know. So first, like don't delete, but like put on the side the reported thing and put someone like where you can set a time, a date, and you can speak with the person. I
Yeah,
guess for me,
actual
as a
person.
victim, is what I wanted first, to speak with someone.
I've seen that with the
That's
ISU
my
website, but there's just like an email address. There's no description of what happens next if you email that person.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah.
and this show how it's normal for the world. And like, I don't want to put the fault on a ESU or they don't do the job, like blah 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 blah. No, it's just like I guess they don't know what to do. They don't know how to do because they are not victim. They didn't, like, most of the people in ESU, some of them didn't skate in their life, like, they
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
love that and they are in just because they love that. But I'm sure that behind this report thing in ESU, it's not a victim behind it. And I would say if, for example, as just an example, it can be me or it can be Olivia. If ESU contact me and say, okay, we want you to be there for the victim, and I will say, yeah,
Yeah.
100%. You know what I will do? I will call the victim. And I will say, if you want to stay anonymous, if you don't want to put your camera, if you don't want to speak, fine, but I will speak for you and I will explain the thing, okay? But first, I will say, you know what? I believe you. That's it. I believe you. And all what you will say to me will stay inside me. And if you don't want me to say, I won't say it. But you can have as many calls as you want to feel better. That's the first thing. If I used to ask me, that's the first thing I would say. People, victims, need to speak before to report it or to do something like some process, like report it is so like advocacy, juridic, like all this stuff. Victims don't like. I don't want that. I want help. That's it. So that's what is missing right now in the figure skating world and in many sports also. I'm not enough informed about those of sports, so I can't say anything. But like in figure skating, that's what is missing. And like it can be SU, but it can be also federation, like federation or even club. Like, you go to speak to your coach. Okay, the coach say, okay, we have someone who can take you for free 1 hour and you can speak and say everything what you have in your mind. That's it. It's starting with the club and then the federation and then the ESU. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, even like you were saying, to have it be somebody who is going to see you as a human and hear your story first and not sort of immediately jump into this like the legal process. There's a place for the legal process, but it like that is how these institutions think about like safeguarding. It's like in a very like they're thinking about protecting themselves against lawsuits more than they're thinking about protecting the actual, victims a
Victim.
lot of the time. Um, and I've hear talking to people from other sports, I had, advocates on the podcast last year who came out of the world of gymnastics, and it's very similar stories in that space and in so many, but dealing with so many of the same processes. But Celine, you mentioned also having this kind of support for free. And I think that, again, that kind of comes back to this question of like, are skaters even able to access appropriate mental health care, even if it's even if it's available, then it's just, one more expense to try to fit into already very expensive training.
You know, with my last club, last team, like we clearly told me, okay, you want help for your mental health? Like it was at after my accident. Okay,
Mhm.
you own us $200 each hour for that. I just paid $100,000 because I fell on my head. They opened my head. I almost died 2 minutes, and they tell me you need to give more money for that.
So bad.
Ah, you know, my mom, how was like she was like ready to like really like she was ready to okay like it's crazy it's crazy and that's why in May to Scaling I opened recently the group support. It's people under the Google form, yes, the
Hmm.
Google form. Like that, I can send an email with the date, and like I say, you can have off on camera, you can speak, you can don't speak, don't worry. It won't be silence. I will speak and I will explain things and I will explain my opinion, my experience, but like people want that. And sometimes, you know, they are scared because like, oh, okay, I would be on camera and people will hear my voice and but this group of support won't be posted anywhere and like it will be completely confidential
Confidential.
confidentiality, yeah, confidential. And and I started because when I was thinking about me as a victim, that's the first thing I wanted to speak with someone or just to listen to someone. That's it. So that's why I opened the support group. And I guess it would be a great idea also if Olivia, you can join us sometime in the support group for help
For
victims.
sure.
But yes, it's the main, it's the first thing what a victim think, and I'm sure Olivia, you think about the same.
Yes, it's the first, I think one of the first steps that I took, like again, where I was in, I don't know well, how blessed I was to get things kind of um how it should have been. I think it was super helpful. But it wasn't through skating.
Hmm.
That's like the difference. If it was, I had to do everything outside of the sport. That's like exactly what I had gotten that had helped a lot was like unrelated to figures. Like the my club, amazing club, but didn't help me in that way. Like no ISU, no federation could have provided me with the support that I had to essentially find myself.
Hmm.
Just to, and the first thing I did was there was free therapy once a week for like 14 weeks. Just talking. That's all I wanted.
Hmm.
And that's not all I needed, but 14 weeks is a lot and it helped me a lot. And um, what Solène's Me Too movement is, Me Too skating movement is starting is that place to talk free, just getting it out there, feeling less alone, like realizing that people believe you and that it's not your fault. It's the very standard like that you hear for someone that's been assaulted, but it's also true. Like it's so, so true. All I needed to hear was that someone believes me and that um it wasn't my fault. And that's um yeah, I would love to be joining you guys sometimes because to be able to give victims that opportunity to just talk about it before they're into going into this scary reality of reporting it is it would it'll be comforting for me to know that they have that. You know, if like their federation or whatever can't provide that for them, at least you are starting the future of figure skating, like the necessary like steps forward. You know, you're asking like is there progress in the future of figure skating in this sense? Like, yeah, Solène's movement is like the start of it, essentially. I don't see anywhere else. I don't see anything else happening, really. So, yeah.
But it's also that, this movement it's not in the water somewhere, like not finding this way. I have psychologists who contact me from USA and say, like your movement is incredible and I want you to help you for free. And I was like, so of course I need to like we'll have meeting about that, and I need to be sure that it's a real psychologist, because I can't put someone like that into movement and um like uh, it's not like that, it's
Yeah, yeah.
working, it's
Yeah.
the process, it's so much work. Actually, I'm working so much on that and on my social on my social media, sorry. And um I was like, oh yes, that like it's so great, like, people, psychologists, like they want to help because they believe in me, they believe in my movement, and they believe that figure skating figure skating can change in the future. So that's the positive thing, like when someone contacts you and want to help you for free, because victims don't have more money for that. And like it's like it's so warm, because in this world there's still people with a good intention and a good um a good heart,
Yeah.
you know helping here for the victim. So that's such it's so great.
Yeah, and I think it's so important that people know about this resource, and not only for survivors themselves, but I think about all of those coaches or parents or people who might want to do the right thing but feel like totally lost about how to help. Knowing that there are resources that they can go to is really, really important.
Resources for free, that's the main thing. It's for free. And I'm not getting, like, most of the people think that I'm getting paid for my post, that I have some commission on it. But you don't get paid in Instagram. You don't
No.
get any money. It's only with collaboration and brand that you get. You don't get money on views or on like or on comments or whatever. Instagram is not a job project, big money, So
Yeah.
like all what I'm doing is I give my time for free. I don't get any money. I'm poor. I'm here in Montreal with not so much money, but I have money to live, and yeah, I just give him my time because from my accident, I've been this person who have big heart and want to help people and to make this world better and people going through difficult time, and also giving hope to people, and like everything. The goal is possible. Like whatever example in oh, okay, 10 years I want to be president. I know I will be because I have so much determination. I have motivation. I have confidence on me and confidence, and like I know I will be president in 10 years. Of course, it's not my goal. I don't want to be president of anything, but like I know it's possible. I make it in 5 months after my accident. I know it's possible. So yeah, it's free, like it's time for free. I don't get paid, and I'm just here for people because I love that.
That's great. I always like to end the recording with a broad question about what do you hope for from the future of figure skating? And this is an intentionally broad question, so please take it where you want. If there's anything that we haven't talked about that you want to make sure we get to, yeah, with all of this, and thinking about how could the future be different than the world that we're living in now?
Can I start, Olivia?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't stop an accident, you know. People will do some bad thing for no reason, and like, so you can't stop them. But what can change is this kind of movement, Me Too skating. What can change is the 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 thinking, you know, like it's not normal. First, you need to eradicate this word normal. It's not normal. That's it. This word doesn't exist anymore. What will be better in the future of the figure skating? It's please clubs, coaches, fan, also because there is so much fans, federation, ESU, bring something, be there for the victim. Like it's exactly what I said before. Just a call for free, 1 hour with the victim to help them. That's it. Nothing more. You can't stop people from doing bad things, you know? You can't. But you can bring the help, you can bring the things to help organization the victim. So first we do that, we eradicate the word normal, and I guess it will be way better.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what is lacking from the higher power of like the skating. Um, Another thing that I believe that I want to see from the futures of figure skating is just in general how if there are coaches that are sorry, if there are skaters that want to turn into coaches, for it to start with them. Like I want there to be like not that I want younger coaches out there, but um coaches that have just come out of like skating and the reality of the skating world, they can make a huge difference in how safe their students feel and how safe the environment can be. I'm at a rink where I'm around like girls between the age of like 10 and 20, and for them to tell me and for me to hear that for them to tell me that they feel safe with me and that they feel safe coming to the rink every day is all I want to hear. It's just um, turning the sport in general into like a safe space, like not somewhere that you go to scared every day. Like you're doing what you love. You shouldn't be like scared of going to the rink every day. That's not normal. Like thinking about it, it's just like, oh my God, I don't know. I was like, it's not. And I believe it starts with the younger generation of coaching.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's something that I definitely want to start at least in my area. And I hope that um that well I don't hope that I don't hope that there are a lot of victims out there, but I mean like if there are victims in the sport, if they want to continue um with their skating and through coaching, for them to take what they have experienced and they want to also realize that making the sport safer by, I don't know, by being the future generation's kids like support system. Like that's where it all starts. It starts from us, like the younger generation to the next generation of skating, in my opinion. So yeah.
Yeah.
I guess because you were speaking about that, and it's been a long time I'm thinking about that, and I guess it's something what federation and organization and I guess you need to put in place is like coaches need to have a formation about mental health,
Yes.
about an athlete. You know, like who can change this world and who can make this world better is the victim, because they know exactly what it is to live that, and they know exactly how they feel and what it will make better to feel better, you know. So the victim is the main person to listen and to make this world better. And I've been thinking of that because I'm one time a year coaches need to have a formation about mental health. Like, you know, they are not victims, so I don't like put every coach in the same time. You know, my coach was like didn't care about me, so like, you know, but like not all the coaches is like that. Some of them don't even know, like they they didn't live through that, so they don't know, you know. But formation is, I guess, one of the key to make this world better, because you will like people victims will like do formation, and they will teach the coaches what it is, and like the prevention and awareness and all this kind of thing that coach don't know, because some of them are not victim and some of them, but I don't know, but like more formation, how you say formation, like study, like
Yeah, some
how
kind of like a course or some sort of education. Yeah.
stage, like a summer camp, like, you know, 1 week of meeting, you know, like I don't know, but like there is not enough prevention in this world about victims. Like it's only medals, money, and success. That's it.
Yeah. And part of being a good coach, that it's so foundational. And I think a lot of coaches recognize that they have those roles, but a lot of them don't realize how important they
Yeah.
are for beyond what happens on the ice.
Yeah, because they know and they see that some coaches don't respect this rule, so they are like, okay, why I'm gonna respect that rule if they don't, you know. So it's like sometimes it's like that. Of course, sometimes it's like, you know, I think better, I'm mature, and I know that I need to respect these rules, but I just don't know how to do it, and I'm lost and all these things. Yeah, you know, I'm not into this world of victim, and I was not a victim, so I don't know. You know, I don't know how you feel, but like it's this world. It's normal, you know. If this one don't do it, why I will do it? Why I should do it? Like, well, you should do it for athletes, for the world, for the next generation, for the victims, maybe.
Like, thank you both so much. I really appreciate you sharing with me and the work that you're doing, and with the Me Too skating movement, and the work that you're doing every day is so important. It's very inspiring. And yeah, I'm hoping to be able to help with this conversation and in the future.
I'm sure we will. I believe on us. Like, you know, everything will be better because I believe in it. So
Yes.
Yeah.
that's it.
I believe
We're
that
gonna
too.
make this world better, okay? Yes, we're gonna make this world better. It's gonna be
That's the
fine.
goal.
Yes.
But maybe it's will be in 50 years, but I will be normally still alive, so it's okay. It's okay.
It'll be good. Thank you so much for having me and for having us and for letting me share um, what's on my mind all the time. And to finally have this is kind of like the second time I'm speaking in public about things like this. It's I'm sure will heal something even more inside of me while also helping others. So thank you so much.
Thank you again to Solène and Olivia. You can follow Solène on Instagram at SOLENEMAZINGUE_, and Olivia at LIVOLIVERR_. You can also follow the account at Me Too Skating. If you'd like to learn more about resources and support that are available for survivors in sport, I encourage you to check out the organizations Athletes Empowered and Army of Survivors. I spoke with Athletes Empowered under their former name Gymnasts for Change Canada on episode 30. You can reach me with comments or suggestions by email at fsfuturepodcast@gmail.com or on Instagram and Blue Sky. If you appreciate the podcast, you can also support my work with a tip jar at futureoffigureskating.pinecast.co. Remember to subscribe to The Future of Figure Skating on YouTube and wherever you listen to podcasts, leave a review and share it with your friends.